It feels like the girl boss romance Hollywood has been inflicting upon the rest of us is slowly ending, and Disney seems to be suffering the most from girl bossing too close to the sun.
She-Hulk star Tata Mislany reacts to claims that she was fired from Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm suing Disney.
I took the time out of my day to clip the segment from the dreadfully unfunny Bang Bang comedy podcast. Now you shall be subjected to it as well.
Famously She-Hulk in the Marvel Universe, and I still get a lot of comments on the last episode you were on. A lot of people trying to flood your social media with like weird things I don't even understand. Like I'm glad you weren't in Deadpool.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to clear this up.
Okay.
I'm going to clear this up.
And this is, by the way, this is the show where we break news about the Marvel Universe.
And this is the facts.
Okay.
So I was in Deadpool Wolverine.
Okay.
I had 2 scenes in it.
No.
And then Ryan Reynolds fired me.
What?
From the show because he said, I don't like these scenes.
Really?
And now
did you film them already?
I filmed them. They were in the can.
How do you fire someone after they've already left and gone home?
I don't know, but he managed to do it. And now I'm suing Disney.
What?
And these are the facts.
Okay,
of
so
what is going on.
Have you filed the lawsuit yet? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm also always talking about how much I hate Wolverine and Deadpool.
Well, that's the thing.
I talk about it all the time.
No,
I also wish I would just sit down and stop pushing my feminist agenda and just realize that the movie made a lot of money and She-Hulk made $3.
Wow. I don't think She-Hulk made anything because
no, you're right.
It's streaming and there are no one paid for it specifically.
So they're actually like bumping us up a little with this $3 business. $0 made on She-Hulk.
Well, it's a shame because Deadpool and Wolverine was so funny. And I'm
don't even get me started on how woke bullshit was creeping in. That's why they got rid of me, because I had this woke agenda and I really wanted to bring it into the movie.
She's clearly making jokes here, but the immutable truth in all of this is no one is chomping at the bit for more She-Hulk.
She-Hulk star says no season 2. It blew its budget. We appear to have another casualty of Marvel cutting down its Disney Plus budget after spending way too much on shows that didn't warrant it.
Hell, they could have called me up and said, Gundam, baby, is this show worth it? And I watch a few episodes and go, God, no. Can you get a refund? That wasn't bad enough.
Disney takes Star Wars off the 2026 calendar as Ice Age grabs its date. The Star Wars film that was originally set to hit theaters in December 2026.
Now nobody knows when it's coming. I have a feeling that the new Rey Skywalker movie is in development hell, and it may never see the light of day. It's the next Blade movie, what can I say? And finally, Snow White, the next massive Disney disaster on the docket. After the landslide victory of the Orange Emperor, progressives and celebrities have been huffing copium on a massive scale, none seen since the likes of, sweeping the streets of San Francisco.
Stop him!
Or as I like to call it, the San Francisco treat.
Let's be honest, it was a terrible night last night. It was a terrible night for women, for children, for the hundreds of thousands of hardworking immigrants who make this country go. He's gay!
One of those celebrities, and I use the term very loosely, is the queen of bad damage control, Rachel Ziegler. She has been the poster child of smug, elitist, liberal narcissists that have run rampant for the last 4 years. Now there she goes on the red carpet, singing and dancing to the queen of mids. What the hell's her name again? Oh my god, it's the blonde chick, that Taylor Swift, I think? Well, anyway. Ziegler's career beforehand was unknown to most Americans till she landed the lead role of Snow White. We're just gonna skip over the fact that Snow White's name was derived from the fact that her skin was snow white.
You are racist.
Subsequently made herself the most hated woman on Disney's payroll since Brie Larson, which you've heard 1,000 times. What this girl has done in such a short period is nothing short of amazing. Over the course of a year, she goes in and out of the public eye for being as obnoxious as a small child who was high on pixie sticks during nap time, or as kindergarten teachers call it, hell. Like 90% of all celebrities in Hollywood, she was on the cam train, and she was as smug as humanly possible, telling you about it, as if you cared.
I don't think I've come up on this social media app to say that we have a really important presidential election coming up, and Lenny is very eager for you to vote for Kamala Harris. And it's actually non-negotiable. Our rights are on the line, folks. Our reproductive rights. Come on. Go vote blue. And if you disagree with this sentiment, just hit the unfollow button. I don't need your business. Thanks.
Shut when you think about
Wow, she's a massive douchebag. She's such a douchebag that literally I prefer watching Darkside Phil for a minute or two rather than her.
I'm not voting for Camilla because I love her or because she's my mamala or because she's a brat.
I don't get the reference.
I'm not voting for her because I agree with her on every issue. I'm fully ready to protest when she falls short. I'm voting for Cam because either she or the Don will be president come January. And if Hillary, another deeply flawed candidate, have won in 2016, Roe v. Wade would be law today, and women who are now from terrible pregnancy complications would be alive, because I don't believe trans people and immigrants are the root of our problems as a country, because I do not want a conservative Supreme Court for the rest of my life.
4 years, girl.
Because I want us to be able to protest her without having the National Guard deployed on us, because if she loses, I worry I may never vote again.
Then don't vote. Who cares? Who cares what you do? God, it's always women with massive heads that think they know something. They don't even have enough brain power to get bangs to hide it.
This is the dumbest thing I've ever read. Every person repeating this rhetoric proves they know absolutely nothing about pregnancy and how medical health insurance and system works. Women are not good from treatable pregnancy complications. That's a flat out lie. Doctors do everything they can to save both the mother and the baby who show up for treatment. If they don't show up for treatment on time, have underlying health issues, or can't afford have insurance to cover it, that's where issues arise. Making ridiculous statements like this just because someone you don't like won an election doesn't mean your fifis suddenly equal reality.
Shut the
There you go. The tolerant left, everyone. When the Dawn came in and won with a red wave, she took to Instagram to make sure without a shadow of a doubt that Snow White would be a box office disaster by sharing her incredibly poignant thoughts with us.
This is Disney's Snow White. By the way, she probably won't face any consequences for posting this due to their unfair double standards.
Man, I don't want to read all this shit.
I find myself speechless in the midst of this. Another 4 years of hatred, leading us towards a world I do not want to live in, leading us towards a world that will be hard to raise my daughter in.
Does she have a kid? I wouldn't know, and I kind of don't care.
Leading us towards a world that will force her to have a baby she didn't want.
By the time your kid's old enough to have kids, the rump won't be here.
I shouldn't be this shocked, but I am. I'm heartbroken for my friends who awoke.
Who awoke fear this morning? Oh, Jesus Christ, you must have been spamming this.
I am heartbroken for my friends who awoke in fear this morning, and I am here with you to cry, to yell, hug, to wax poetic on how the left continues to fail us in forging new paths forward. This loss should not have been, and it certainly should have not have been, by so many votes.
It shouldn't have been by that many votes. It's almost as if most of the country doesn't agree with you. Wow, what an effing shocker is that? I'm not reading any more of this one, Stu. I don't care.
May the Don supporters and Don himself never know peace.
You didn't agree with me. I hope you spend the rest of your life in misery. Is that where we are now? The answer is yes. What is this jargon of words and emotional instability? I hate being an adult now because women have the mental maturity of 13-year-olds, and you just gotta take it as a dude. You just gotta take it, and you gotta pray to Christ that you find one woman that isn't so zonked out of her mind that she thinks she's throwing magic spells in the middle of the night. I'm sorry.
Who hurt you?
There's also a deep, deep sickness in this country that is shown in the sheer amount of people who showed up for this man, who threatens our democracy.
Heard that a billion times before. Let's just ignore our current sitting corpse. Use weapons that could lead us towards another global conflict. Let's not focus on that. It's the orange man. He's bad.
It's terrifying the number of people who stand behind him. It is foolish subscription to the false sense of security, of masculinity, intelligence, patriotism, and humanity. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. This tweet is very sad.
There is no help, no consolation in any of this. Sad.
I could go on, I won't. I feel sad. You probably do too.
The enlightened progressive shall tell you of the ignorance of the conservative, that they lack in education.
No, because I actually find it hysterical how a lot of Republicans and Trump supporters like to say that colleges and universities brainwash their students to be liberal, when it's like, have they ever just stopped to think that maybe, just maybe, that people that graduate college and are educated with a degree are more likely to lean liberal because they're smarter? Just a thought.
Shut up, silly woman.
As they cry, scream, and beg from their car in between Uber deliveries.
Get off Elon's app, by the way. The f*** are you doing? They're eating you up on Twitter. I don't use that app for a reason. He helped get that man elected, and you're giving him business. I was talking about finding catharsis in art. I don't care if you're gonna pick a fight with me. It's been done before. Find something real to be mad at today. There are plenty to go around.
How lovely. The people on her side are now attacking her for still having a Twitter account. She should go to Blue Sky. I hear it's a very nice place. In fact, Stu, pull up a Blue Sky. What do they call Blue Sky tweets? I don't know.
Computer says no.
Okay, that's all. Going on stage for Act 2 now, and need to get off my soapbox before I get too heated. Sending love to everyone who needs it today. May we all carry each other through the worst and hold these politicians accountable. Your Dem govs just got very important. They already were, but hey, follow your governors.
Oh yeah, let me follow my Dem governors that have been running my city into the effing ground.
Young black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word computer is. They don't know. They don't know these things.
Hold them accountable. Local government is where we make real change. This is not the end ever. I will love through these 4 years as best I can. F. Donald Rump.
My God, how heroic of her. It was like I was reading out of the diary of Anne Frank. Celebrities today act as if they're philosophers, pillars of the community, as they give their opinion from their gated community and exclusive rich areas with security that escorts you out of said area if you do not belong there or were not invited. They are so far removed from the plight of the average person that they assume that life is as safe for us as it is for them. People who play pretend for a living think they know what's the best course of action for the country as a whole. And the answer is it isn't. You can't even figure out how to shut your mouth to promote a movie, lady. Even I know when to shut up on YouTube. Oh wait, Rachel Ziegler released an apology video.
Oh my God, Disney's Snow White Rachel Ziegler made the most narcissistic, insufferable apology video I've ever seen.
You obviously didn't see her last apology video. Ziggy, I swear to God, this girl knows how to make you dislike her.
And to everyone who hates when I win, the winged victory came to the Louvre in pieces, and people still line up to see her. And I can only hope that despite my flaws, and despite my cracks and my breaks, and there are many of them, that at every premiere and everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
She really shouldn't film herself up that close because you really get an idea of how massive her head is. That is gargantuan. Like, I'm not even joking, Stu. She could knock out Jean-Claude Van Damme with that forehead if she wanted to. Well, I don't know what to make of that other than it's the usual big-headed, sorry, not sorry, Latin girl energy apology that I've come to know well because I lived with one for years. Let's see what people on Twitter think.
Imagine comparing yourself to a 2nd century Greek masterpiece depicting a goddess. For real, for real. JFC, that's so phony. It makes me nauseous. I'm starting to feel bad for her. Nobody taught her how to be a good, kind person. That wasn't an apology. That was Disney forcing her to pretend to apologize.
Let's have some closing words from Herman Monster.
I don't think that our beloved country, America, knows what it's in for.
No, I'm not watching Herman Monster today. We could do it next week. We could do it in like 4 days, Stu. Turn it off. Wait, hold on, Stu. Rachel Ziegler actually had an apology I missed.
Hi, everyone. I would like to sincerely apologize for the election post I shared on my Instagram last week. I let my emotions get the best of me. Hatred and anger have caused us to move further and further away from peace and understanding, and I'm sorry I contributed to the negative discourse.
Come on, girl, you were feeling your oats. She was going off and loving it. She felt like she did something that day.
This week has been emotional for so many of us, but I firmly believe that everyone has the right to their opinion, even when it differs from my own. I am committed to contributing positively towards the better tomorrow.
Girl, didn't you just literally tell people if they voted for the Red Emperor to unfollow you, you didn't need their business? No, cut that out.
Just hit the unfollow button. I don't need your business. Thanks.
She's a habitual line stepper. The weirdest thing in all of this is the fact that Disney and Marvel are now rumored to be suggesting Rachel Ziegler to join the MCU for an undefined role. Look what she's doing to Snow White. At this point, it's clear Disney just wants to lose money.
Adios, muchachos. This video sucks. Like Rachel Ziegler.